Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you with a video. Now, this video right here is an update from the Shreveport police officer, Miss Shatara Payne, that was viciously gunned down by what we thought was an unknown assailant. And yes, it was unknown for a few days till more information came out. And that unknown assailant turned around to be her own boyfriend. Yes, her own child's father. And I think, if I'm mistaken, let me know in the comment section that her and this guy, Anderson, Travion Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, have had a child together, and basically a daughter. So I don't understand why would this man feel the need to kill Miss Shatara Payne unless they was having some kind of problems. Now, I want to send a big shout out, first of all, to all the people in the comment section, and also people that subscribe to the channel, the Trey King Show channel, and also for sending me updates and also doing their own research. And as I went to the Facebook page to check out, these people, the suspects, and also, Miss Shatara Payne herself, may she rest in peace. I seen people in the comment section, on their comment section, leaving all kinds of derogatory things. Basically, most of them was trying to take up for the killers instead of these people that was involved in this vicious murder. But big shout out to you all that really sees the light. And it don't matter if they're your family or not. The point is, a woman was taken, a young mom was taken from her child. And also, she did not deserve to die that way. But the story goes clearly like this. It says that basically the boyfriend, who happened to be Travion Anderson, was at the home, and come to find out, allegedly there was two other guys there. Guy named Pierre. Let me get his name right, because I want to say his name right. Give me 1 second. Lawrence Pierre, whose father, if I'm not mistaken, is an officer at the juvenile court. Because, like I said, we have our own resources, also our own sources that tell us things. But Lawrence Pierre was the guy who basically took the police to the handgun that was at a house. I don't know if it was a house across the street or an abandoned house, but Shreveport, you have those abandoned houses, and sometimes you will find a body in those houses. You find all kinds of stuff, even stash spots. Don't ask me how I know. But anyway, now he took the police to the house, and they recovered a 40 caliber handgun. So basically, she wasn't shot with nothing small. It don't matter if you shot with something small or not. A damn 22 could kill you. And also another guy that was there, also Glenn Frierson, I think that's his name, who happens to be a barber also. And from what I've seen on his page, was very talented. So I don't know why they waste their time getting caught up in this drama with Travion Anderson. If Travion had a problem with Miss Shatara Payne, his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, his child mom, him and her should have dealt with that. But this is what happened when you get involved with the wrong people. See, you end up taking a trap and going down with those same people. But Mr. Lawrence Pierre told the police basically what happened and everything. I don't know if his dad got in his ear, because like I said, his dad, from what I heard, and tell me if I'm mistaken, is a police officer that works at the juvenile court. But Travion Anderson told the police also, when it first went down, when they took him in for questioning, then they released him after. Remember when I did the first video, and also what the news said at first, was that he went outside after he heard some shooting, and that he seen a guy running away from the scene dressed in all black, which was pretty much strange. Because why would somebody just all of a sudden just walk up and kill this woman? I mean, it wasn't like she was on a force. And people say, well, maybe it was another police officer. Yeah, that was kind of, circumspect at first. We did kind of like think that, but like I said, I just didn't say it then. I was really leaning more toward the guy, the kid father, her boyfriend, was the one doing this. But I didn't really say that, because you have to leave all options open. But lo and behold, it was him. Now, like I said, I don't know what was going on. Was she planning on leaving him, or what was going on? But what would make a young man take a woman's life? And also, you see the picture, he was at her graduation, even though he's way shorter than she is a little bit, because he's about right here, she's about right there. So that would look kind of odd right there. But anyway, love is blind. I understand that. But he was right there congratulating her. And who would think just 2 months later, 2.5 months later, that she would die beside the same man who would congratulate her, and also the person who's closest to her, her child father, where you'd be intimate at. So I don't understand, how could this possibly happen, and why would he gun this woman down? It was said that she was shot 3 times, I guess, in the upper torso area, and 1 time in the head. So he was intended to kill her, but he has been charged with second-degree murder. Now, he could have got charged with first-degree murder, but anyway, in Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, let me tell you a little bit about the law. In the state of Louisiana, if you get charged with second-degree murder, if you're convicted, guess what? You automatically get a life sentence. You better ask those people in Angola, David Wade, Hunts, and everywhere else. You get second-degree murder, you're going away for life. First-degree murder, you're going for life, period. But first-degree murder, it's all kind of aggravating factors that go into play, like if it's premeditated. Most time when you use first-degree, it's very premeditated. But who's to say if this wasn't premeditated? But even if they do not get them with the first-degree because they haven't been charged with that, they would get them on the second-degree, which is still in the state of Louisiana. I don't know about your state, but in the state of Louisiana, it's mandatory life. That's why he said you come on vacation, you leave on probation. Come on a stroll, you leave on parole. You mess around and try to kill your wife, you wind up with life. I'm gonna read a snippet from this story, and I'm gonna give my opinion. Surely, as we go. Boyfriend, father of her child present when the shooting occurred. Shreveport Police Department Chief details Shatara Payne's death. Now, Shreveport Police Chief Ben Raymond and the rest of the department lost one of their own, Officer Shatara Payne, last week, and may she rest in peace. A very beautiful young lady, had a whole future ahead of her, but she was with the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time people say, watch out for the snakes in your life. I say that all the time, but sometimes those snakes be right there in the bed with you and you don't even know it. Let me hush because I don't want you all to think I'm trying to preach. Now, a young lady, a young mom, a young daughter, a young officer in the prime of her life was killed in a senseless act of violence, said Raymond, and that's very true. But now, nearly a week later, arrests have finally been made, and everybody was blowing me up like, man, you got to do this. A big shout out to that one special person who basically keep me up on everything, you know, saying she's basically friends with, I think it was somebody in the family or somebody on the Shatara side, but I've kind of forgot. I'm not going to say her name because I want to keep that anonymous, but big shout out to her also because she's the one first, you know, gave me a lot of leads on this that I like following. I'm like, wow, okay, thank you. But anyway, big shout out to her. I want to say that. Also, Tuesday night, Shreveport police arrested 26-year-old Trevion Anderson, 22-year-old Lawrence Pierre II. I'll be mad as hell if I was Mr. Pierre. That was my damn child got caught up in this damn BS, because why would you put yourself out there like that? And also, why would you try to ruin my reputation by you being my son and these people knowing that I'm a police officer? Hell, I don't even stay in Shreveport. You know, if I know it, don't you know the people in Port City know it? So you have to think about that also. How would your dad feel walking into the juvenile court system or his job and his son caught up in this murder of not just any ordinary person, but no ordinary person should lose their life also, but the fact that it was a fellow officer. Now imagine how the people looking at him side-eyed, even though he had nothing to do with this, because a father cannot control what their children do. We understand that, but still though, would you want somebody to look at you crazy because of your child, your son or daughter done did something so vicious or had a hand to play in it? And the reason why I said had a hand to play in it, because guess what? It's also in the state of Louisiana. I don't know about your state, in Texas also. If you know, in California too, if you know when somebody's going to go commit a murder and you don't tell the police, oh, they get you with accessory. You become an accomplice because they charge you different with murder. But then the fact that you know this and you there at the house and you did not do anything about it, it's not like when you heard the shots, you call the police yourself. It's not like you try to prevent it. So you become part of it, period, point blank. And that's for Mr. Lawrence Pierre and also Mr. Glenn Frosson. So that's what is going to hit them with, being an accomplice, whether they pull the trigger or not. But it was said that Trevion was the one that pulled the trigger. Let's continue. Now, and also 38-year-old Glenn Frosson, charging them with second-degree murder in connection with Payne's death. We are still mourning the heinous murder of Officer Payne, Raymond said, but thanks to these men and women, we can have some peace in taking them 3 evil cowards. This is what he said. Evil cowards off our streets so they cannot harm anyone else. Because one thing about it, if we're going to call out everything else in this country, we have to call out our own also, period. We have to clean up our own streets first before we ask somebody across town to clean up their streets. So you have to take all that consideration, because trust me, you would not think that if it was you laid on that morgue table, or if it was one of your family members that got murdered. And I have had people in my family get murdered, people that's very close to me. So it's not like I'm just sitting up here just talking for a view or whatever. No, it actually affects me, because I'll be trying to, the little bit I do know, the little bit foresight I do have, I do try to share that with people. That's the reason why, I have a cause as in what I do. It's just not for fun. It's not for any monetary gain or anything like that. It's because people have lost their lives and has been affected and still are being affected due to somebody taking somebody's life in my family, and more than one person also. So it hits very close to home. That's why I go in so hard on these cases. So that's your answer right there. Now, they says also that Chief Raymond spoke at a news conference Wednesday morning, unveiling new details in this tragic case, Trevion Anderson, the boyfriend of Shatera Payne and the father of her child. And you have to wonder, did she wake up and see the light like, okay, I have to clean up my image because, I don't know what kind of person Mr. Trevion Anderson was. And if you care to respond in the comment section and describe what kind of person his character, please do so. But something wasn't vibing right, because guess what? We wouldn't be doing this story if it was. Because if it's love, it's going to be love. If it's BS, guess what? It's going to be BS. You cannot make something work that is not meant to work. But I guess when she got her, when she became a police officer, graduated from the academy, I guess that was the beginning of the end, because ultimately she wound up getting murdered 2 months later by the same guy hugging her on the damn picture. That's sad, though. Would you ever figure that? And you can look at the pictures in your house right now. Some of you all doing it right now on your wall, on your phone. And you would never think that that man or that woman would be the one to take your life. Ain't that something? That's crazy how life works, ain't it? Let's continue. Also, now, the chief spoke at a news conference Wednesday morning, unveiling new details in this tragic case of Trevion Anderson, the boyfriend of Shatera Payne and the father of their young child, who was present when the shooting occurred, because guess what? From what's being said, his ass did it, said Raymond. Raymond didn't say his ass, but Raymond said he was present at the shooting. Now, according to Chief Raymond, the night of the shooting, Anderson told police he was inside the home he shared with Payne on Midway Avenue when he heard gunshots. And I find it strange, though. Let me put that in there also. Even with the case, I think last year when I did the video that went mega viral of Tough Face Johnson with the woman, I think her name was Miss Renita Williams, Nunu, and may she rest in peace. How you have guys, no matter if the woman was interfering in his marriage or whatever, however, because I heard so many stories. But the point I'm trying to make is, why do guys so viciously just kill these women? Just leave them alone. Don't mess with them. If she didn't want to be with you or whatever, go be with somebody else. You would have your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And also, that goes to show you how selfish you are, because you took away the main person your daughter needed, which was her mom. How are you going to teach your daughter how to be a man? Especially, not a man, a woman. And how would you teach that in Angola State Penitentiary? Because that's where you're going to be going if they convict you. Period, point blank. Don't get mad at me. I didn't pull the trigger. I'm just the messenger. But at the same time, how can you love your daughter when you turn around and do this to her mom? I don't see that as being love. I just see that as somebody who's just very evil and wanted to have that cake and eat it too. Because then you ultimately lied about it. I don't expect you just common sense. I don't expect you to go kill the person, then confess. It would be a perfect world if that did it. And also, why kill the person? But at the same time, how could you do this to this young woman who was in the prime of her life, going to do better things? If you don't want to do nothing with your life, fine. You go by the wayside and I'll go on. I don't understand some things, but it seems like, in certain cities, guys are quick to kill these females, but to another man, they won't hardly do anything. Not saying that they won't, but you rarely hear about it. And if it is, it's most likely drug related. Let's continue before somebody get mad. Now, according to Chief Raymond, the night of the shooting, Anderson told police he was inside the home he shared with Payne on Midway Avenue when he heard gunshots. He went outside and began shooting at a person wearing all black. So you begin shooting at a person wearing all black, and you did not hit them? Wow. You did not give chase? Wow. Really? That don't sound too legit. And you have to be a crazy person, even everybody know in Shreveport, any other city, Houston, whatever, LA, to go try to kill a police officer. Because guess what? If you don't kill them, you're going to get the same thing as if you did kill them. So unless you ready to die, or you ready to just put it all on the line and, like they say, let your nuts hang, don't even do it. Period, point blank. So why didn't he actually give chase to the person? How are you going to sit up here and allegedly, if we would have went with this story, seeing your baby mama, your child's mom on the ground, shot up, and you just gonna stand in the yard, just shoot at somebody without chasing them? Why don't you have your cell phone on you? If that was the real case. See, that's not the case, because I would have had the cell phone, calling 911, and still trying to shoot the person. Guess what? I'm gonna get off of it anyway, because they said, why you running down the road shooting at people? Well, he just killed my fiance, my child's mom, who also is a police. I'm sure they will understand. So anyway, you could have just turned that story over 1,000 ways and still seen the guy was lying. Anderson was brought in for questioning, but released later on that night. And when I heard he was released, I thought to myself, I was like, wow, maybe he is somewhat innocent. But, they was trying to get the story together, because a lot of people said, well, it might be fellow officers. And we know police kill police. Let's don't act like, that we don't know that. I mean, we know that, true enough. Some get in too deep. Some know certain things goes on. I don't know what goes on in the department, but you can only imagine. So that was a possibility. But it stuck in the back of my mind. The whole way he said it at first, I just didn't say nothing, because I don't like to give too much speculation. I don't want to convict the person, if they really innocent. But once your ass innocent, you can put a fork in you. You're done. Police continue to investigate and recover evidence that Chief Raymond says shows that Anderson made up every damn thing and was the person who shot and killed Payne. How can you do that? I cannot sit there and make love to a woman. I cannot sit there and hug a woman and look at a woman every day and then just come take her life. Like I said, if you ain't trying to kill me, I'm not going to do a damn thing to you, because I live by this motto. I'm not going to kill nothing. I'm not going to let nothing die. You can call me what you want to call me. Period, point blank. But I will defend myself. Before it's just killing somebody, forget it. If you don't want to be with me, guess what? Go on. I'll find somebody better than you anyway. So I don't understand why certain guys do that. Now, KSLA investigates also obtained affidavits from Shreveport police breaking down what happened that night. Pierre and Anderson are cousins. No shit. And in the arrest records, Pierre admitted to police he was there doing the murder and witnessed. This is not me saying this. This is Lawrence Pierre II saying this. He said he witnessed Anderson shoot Payne multiple times. And you know what that make you? They make you an accessory and an accomplice. And I'm sure his dad, who was in law enforcement, who, from what I heard, work at the juvenile court, would tell him that also. Just by you being there, why would you be there? See, if I was his fault, I would be so mad. And really, in all actuality, just because you didn't pull the trigger, you just as guilty as he is. Unless you just sitting there, he just flashed out, which I doubt very seriously. But the moment you heard that first gunshot, if you did not get on the phone or try to prevent it, which means putting yourself in harm's way, because somebody's going to lose their life if he's that crazy to shoot at a woman, number one, and that woman happened to be a police. So either way it go, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Now, Pierre also led investigators to the home with the weapon hidden, allegedly used in the murder. He took him to the murder weapon. The affidavits also revealed Frison was with Pierre and Anderson doing the murder and left with them after. See, that's where they get caught up in this set. That's why a lot of people saying, you don't know what you're talking about. They know what they're talking about, because guess what? They told them everything. Not Glenn himself, but what's the guy named? Pierre, Lawrence Pierre. He told them this. This is not me speculating. Y'all say YouTubers make up stuff. Well, some of them do. I'm not one of them. I'm just going off the facts. You feel what I'm saying? And I cross-reference many stories and leads or whatever. But if it's not truthful, I don't feel it true, I just hold it back. That's why sometimes I like, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let's go and finish up. Now, this is the chief talk. He said, thank God for the men and women who proudly wear a uniform every day, said Raymond. Women like Officer Shatera Payne, who willingly took an oath to serve the citizens of this city. While Raymond said he doesn't know if her job contributed to her death, he's thankful for her service. And he hopes the community will support her family during this difficult time in Shreveport. Chief Raymond says investigators felt charging all three men with second-degree murder was the appropriate charge at this time. You know why? True, Pierre charge may get downgraded. Glenn charge may get downgraded. But the point is, you're still an accessory to murder. You're an accomplice, period, point blank. Because neither one of y'all, only way you could have got out of all this if you would have went straight to the police station. I ain't finna snitch. Well, that's fine then. Guess what? I would have been singing like a canary. You can call me a snitch. You can call me a punk. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I'm not finna go down for no joker, because just because you couldn't get along with your woman, don't mean I'm finna sit up in here and share a prison cell with you or a big bubble for the rest of my damn life. Hell no. You got to lock your cheeks at night. Let's go and finish this up now. But anyway, the district attorney office does have the option to upgrade those charges, which means it could go to first-degree murder if it's found that it was premeditated. But it don't matter, because second-degree murder in the state of Louisiana, you can look it up under the mandatory laws, is convicted, you will get a life sentence for second-degree murder. It does not have to be first-degree murder. That's why you better keep your emotions in check, or you better just get you the best lawyer money can buy, because even if you do, guess what? You still won't beat that in the state of Louisiana. Let me know what you all think. And to the Payne family, and also Miss Shatera, may she rest in peace. But to the Payne family, you know, I send my condolences out to you all. It's a sad situation. It seemed like this woman, she wanted to be a police officer. It's like she had a calling on her life, and she just basically wanted to serve people. It shows the nature of her heart and also the nature of her character, that this was a good soul, and it was one of our best that was taken away by some young punks, basically, period, point blank, whether they old or young, period. She did not have to go out like that. All this could have been avoided if people would just take out time to think, was it worth it? Because guess what? In the end, you will find out ain't no friends. It's only associates. And I'm not trying to sound like Slim Thug, but ain't no friends. If you have friends want to sit up here and get you involved in murder, and you thinking that's your friend, that ain't your friend, because a real friend ain't never gonna put you in harm's way. Period, point blank. Y'all dwell on that today. And guess what? Keep your grass cut low, because everybody that say they love you don't love you, and everybody that pretend to be your friend is not your friend. Look at these stories. Anyway, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Once again, my condolences goes out to the Payne family. And also, you know, my thing is this right here, and I want to end it with this. What about the daughter? What that leads to daughter? Now she has no mom and also no dad, but she didn't need no dad like that anyway. So let's think about the child also. Let's put away our feelings. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, also subscribe to the channel. Definitely share this video with your family, friends, and relatives who have these domestic issues, because you never know when that day just may be your last. I'm out.